right, a two-day meeting of G20 finance ministers is underway in Venice, Italy. The ministers are expected to endorse a deal setting a global minimum corporate tax of 15%. The aim is to ensure multinationals pay their fair share of tax. Well, here are the events leading up to this moment. Last month, the group of 7 wealthy nations approved a proposal to impose a minimum corporate tax rate of 15%. It went to the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development for consensus, where 130 countries representing 90% of global GDP backed the agreement. Seema Gupta joins us now from Rome. Seema, what are members saying about the tax reform plan going into this meeting?
Well, I mean, it's being dubbed as the largest overhaul of the international tax system in a century. So it's very significant what they're planning to endorse at this meeting in Venice. It's the first face-to-face meeting of the world's largest economies. There are finance ministers as well as central bankers. It's very tight security in Venice as they're meeting face-to-face. And as you mentioned, it's about making sure that those multinational companies pay their appropriate share of tax. And also the idea is to end tax havens as we know them. Now, they're expected to endorse what was already decided at that OECD meeting, where they are not just expected to leave it at that at least 15% rate, but also to ensure that these companies pay their taxes where their goods and services are sold and not where they are headquartered, as we've seen been done so far. Now, they want this to be absolutely put in place when the leaders of the G20 are expected to meet in the summit here in Rome in October and eventually coming into effect in 2023. What we've heard so far is that the Italian finance minister, Daniele Franco, has expressed confidence that there will be a political agreement. We've also heard positive statements by the French finance minister as well as the Spanish one, both agreeing that this can be done at this meeting. But we have seen smaller countries like Ireland, Estonia, as well as Hungary, who have relied on a lower corporate tax rate in order for their countries to thrive. They have not endorsed that decision of 15%. But for the most part, most expect that these largest economies in the world will eventually push this endorsement through.
So it's quite likely that we will see an agreement after this two-day meeting. Also, what about the digital tax issue?
Yes, there are those sticking points in place. I mean, it's important to mention that while there will be this, we expect to see an endorsement of that agreement, they still have to work out how it's going to be implemented. So the devil really is in the details. Some of the sticking points, as you mentioned, the digital taxes. Countries such as Italy, Spain, and France have national digital taxes, and they say they will remove that once this global tax plan is implemented. But the European Union as a whole has said that they may come up with a digital levy as far as the entire bloc is concerned. The United States, Washington, has said that they're against this idea because they believe it will impact U.S. tech companies in particular. And the EU, for its part, has downplayed that. They're saying that really it's about European companies making those payments. Another sticking point in the United States in particular, the U.S. Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, has said that she may even push for a corporate tax rate that's even higher than 15%, some 21%. So we'll see whether that gets moved across. And it's also important to remember, whatever's decided here has to be approved at parliaments around the world. And we'll have to see whether the Republicans in the U.S. Congress will approve whatever's agreed upon, because for the most part, they've expressed opposition to such a plan.
All right, thank you so much. Seema Gupta in Rome.